discussion.
Boa tarde a todas e a todos.
Good afternoon to all. Thank you, Pedro and Rafael, for being here with me in this panel. This event is bigger each day. What we saw those days and we'll see tomorrow in terms of technology and project solutions is incredible. We are seeing, we at Atos as integrators, how the use of data is generating opportunities to improve business. Process automation, customer service, and documents management. This brings a new dimension because there is a cultural aspect in the way of doing business, in the way of seeing things in the companies and organizations. The generative AI is bringing a challenge to the organizations to make this technology, to apply this technology in their business. Pedro, I will start with you. I know that you have many initiatives at Caixa, which is a huge institution with many corporate clients and customers. How are you working with AI, and how do you see the use of data to improve business at Caixa? Thank you for the invitation. This is a very relevant subject for us. Thank you, Rafael. Hi to everybody. We had the opportunity to talk about this before. AI is here to stay. We have to adapt. In the beginning, when we were knowing AI, we used to imagine that the use of data would be easier. Oh, we will put the data there and it will help us to interpret the data. And there will be scalability. But when we develop different models and applications, we figure out the importance of organize the data in order to gain time and to have a more robust result. So we are working in business cases, listening to business areas, providing training in order to develop those models. We started to use AI to help our customer service team, especially in we help our clients to buy houses, and our project that we have with you, we can organize a chat box, and we got to the core of our project, which is a project of credit risk.
We know the difficulty, so we imagine our challenge. In Caixa, we have a specialized team to put up this model. Another time, validates the model. Another team gets the model and inputs in the system. And a business team that use this model and require enhancement. Several people, database, different information, and when you put it all in a single platform and you develop in the same environment, and then we test and put it at work, you get speed and you get robustness in this modeling. And this project that we have here has the capacity of deliver what the client requires. We ask credit and we want fast response. So we are here developing more and more accurate models. I call it at Caixa with our team, and we are evolving a lot AI use, and we are in a model that is very specific. Thank you, Pedro. And this project is so innovative, trying to enhance the use of data, all the information in the risk area to bring value to Caixa and their clients. And in this aspect, Rafael, the cloud has a fundamental role. It's the biggest platform to make it possible the deployment of projects of high complexity. As our main partner in this project, not only in this project, especially in this one with Caixa, how do you see the relevance of cloud for AI applications, and what do you see as a trend coming up in this aspect? Nice, Nelson. Pedro, thank you so much for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to share this panel with you. Up to 2019, when the central bank permitted the use of cloud, we did not have this conversation. Thinking about this transformation in on-premise, depending on hardware, connection, and manage this in-house, originating silos on data. So without sharing this data in this, it's impossible. The cloud is a big enabler, and it's clear that is an infrastructure element to make the transformation possible. When we see what we can do with the cloud and AI, exploring all this data that is present in the organizations such as Caixa. For the financial sector in Google Cloud, we share this potential in 3 pillars. The first, related to the project that we have together and we are developing together. All the aspect of anticipating regulatory risks, cybernetic risks, that is another aspect really relevant. And artificial intelligence, detecting standards, threats that are present in different environments. This is an important agent to collaborate. Regulatory risk, market risk, financial risk, credit risk. The second pillar related to another aspect, that is what we see the gates in. How can we improve the client service? When I request credit, of course, I need a fast answer, an assertive answer, proper to my reality and my financial need. But what other responses the client wants? Nobody can see iPhone that wheel turning more than twice. If you click and the wheel is turning more than twice, we want to connect immediately. We were used to this point. So we expect this from institutions as well. We see the use of AI now helping in different processes with data use, better serving that client. For example, when I call a contact center, I have a proper answer, not necessarily with a human being, could be artificial intelligence agent. For example, there are cases that we see financial institutions using artificial intelligence to improve the collection process, not only credit, but when I need the credit back, I need to understand if that client contact, we need to analyze the sentiment in that feeling and guide the operator if it's credit to be collected or not. There is a third pillar. This one is fundamental, related to the bank challenges. In general, in Brazil, hyper-personalization, as we call principality. In Brazil, we have 1.2 billion bank accounts, so more than 6 accounts per inhabitant. How can we ensure that the institution is the most relevant for that client? Artificial intelligence is related to that. Through data use, we can deliver the content, the offer, distribute financial products to reach that client in their moment of life that they have. for payment, for credit, risks, and internal processes. Hyper-personalization are the three trends we see in Google Cloud of using AI and data use. The speed is higher. We joke that is not science fair. The institutions now choosing projects that raise the bar, they are getting faster. That's great to see Google's point of view, observing innovation that we had over us. It's nice to have this partnership that will bring value to our clients. As integrators at Atos, we use artificial intelligence to improve our businesses, our delivery. We are a company. We have characteristics of more than 1,000 projects that we have a year in Brazil. Different clients. And of course, when we optimize more this delivery, ensuring client satisfaction, at the same time bringing more automation, it's something that we constantly do. And there are two things that we see as very important in this process. One of them that was topic in FEBRABAN's last year, curatorship, governance. How can we have this governance of the projects on artificial intelligence to ensure that the design project, when we define, it's really happening. Different from a system, a traditional program, we know exactly what to expect in a project using artificial intelligence, generative AI. The results may differ from what you expected. Curatorship, governance, follow-up, this is very important to ensure that there is corrections of direction whenever necessary. The second topic, it's also relevant, agentic AI. These are tools enabling automated responses without human interaction, practically. We have in our booth, you are invited to visit us. We launched a marketplace of agentic AI with 5 solutions to meet several segments' demands. And this aspect of agentic AI is a trend that is very accelerated, and there is a lot of discussion about it. I'm back to Pedro now. Pedro, I'd like to ask you, how do you see all this evolution, talking about agentic AI and what's ahead of us considering this technology? How can Caixa, this banking organization, can get ready for that? And what do you believe is going to be your business at Caixa? What is the impact for Caixa in a positive or eventually some challenges ahead because of the technologies, especially with the evolution and the explosion of agentic AI? Yes. In our point of view, artificial intelligence is part of the business already and our daily activities. I believe it's part of our journey. We start first to structure and make the tool feasible for the business area. Our main reason is that let's develop our projects on AI based on business cases that add value. What kind of value? Direct value. It's easy to be realized by the client when the interaction is easier, when we have hyper-personalization. That is a big tool for AI. The business is getting easier, their lives are easier. I love these algorithms that suggested me things to buy, to watch, food. So we are waiting for it. The client wants that. There is value. And we also have value for our internal audience, IT. So we need to provide tools tools, so they need to understand and learn and to get literate in this topic. That is not so simple because this topic changes very fast. What we say today, there was a joke in a different panel. Sometimes we sleep and wake up, there's something new in the market. 3 months ago, I took a course, and then on Monday, there was a screen launching DeepSeek. So you see, I get this ready at the night time to bring to you because this happened this weekend. We have to be aware of everything. We have to create this value framework. And we also commented that is an attention point. You mentioned this. When we increase the use, the amount of projects that we are using and we scale it up, and at Caixa, in your company, is not different. Everything brings impact. We have lots of clients. We need to be aware of expenses and how to apply it. In the beginning, it's easy to see if the project is bringing results or not. I'm placing this, and I reduce 40% time, generating 20% more business. But after 3 years, this baseline is more complicated, and the cost increases. But how can I analyze then? It's very early to treat this topic, but in 2 or 3 years, we need to be aware of it. We need to start with the right food. Everything is updated, a good platform to track the development, the return of all the projects. But I believe the main secret is to have a culture of innovation and experimentation. We start small with a guardrail. We talked about governance as well. We need to be careful. And then we analyze and test the scalability. And with us, it's the same. If we start with a structure of multi-agents, different profiles, you are doing lots of things, the complexity increases. Ideally, we scale it up gradually, following up close our physical team. We call physical and virtual teams to be sure that the projects are in accordance with our control. That's great. That's good to see a big corporation such as Caixa with a social role very relevant in our country, observing technology to bring this benefit not only to the company in the end of the day, to the users and the citizen. Rafael, when we talk about Google, we always think about technology. Google is a reference for all of us, for the world, as the company that is always in the avant-garde, in the leadership position in their tech development. I see at Atos as the integrators, we are always following up, we see what's new all the time. Our team is always tuned, seeking the specialization, certification, so we can use all the technologies at Google to apply in our clients' projects. How do you see Google Cloud in evolution together with artificial intelligence evolution? And what can you bring as your point of view, considering future trends, especially observing Google Cloud Platform as a platform that is always in the foundation of applications, critical applications of companies? Excellent. And it's interesting, your questions. In the last 2 months, there were 2 events, Google Cloud, global events. There was Google Cloud Next, that was in Las Vegas, a business event. Caixa was present with us, Atos as well. And 3 weeks ago, there was Google I/O, that is more technical event. Then we see also innovation. And we can comment about what we saw there and what's next. You talk about agents. The agents are enablers of AI into organizations. And in this event, in these 2 events, different launches on agentic AI come up, especially communication protocol between agents. That's an evolution, one agent communicating with the other, taking decisions, in an autonomous way. Maybe that governance that he commented, maybe there is this lower need because it's embedded into the agent's communications. It's not future, this is a reality. The same way, frameworks for agents development to empower the organizations to create their own agents. Interfaces that you can create agents using generative AI. If I use in business and I want to have an agent informing me about vacation policies of the company. Today it's possible to interface generative AI. You write a prompt, create an agent to give me information about vacation. Natural language, you can use. That is innovation, and it's interesting to talk about the innovation frontier. Google started. Everything that we see as generative AI is based on an architecture that we call transformers. And this was a concept developed inside Google 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we were talking about future. Today, we see the organizations benefiting from it. The same way, in the second event that I commented, Google I/O, we launched some things that are next frontier. For example, the use of generative AI multimodal. Maybe you have heard about it. Video generation models like View, generating images that really realistic, synchronizing voices. And this will generate a new possibility of interacting with the client in a different way, supported by artificial intelligence, delivering content and delivering hyper-personalization, as we comment. Imagine with the lower cost to generate a marketing campaign interacting with an agency, use artificial intelligence to generate messages, contents, videos, customized for each and every client, and deliver it in the end with speed. The possibilities are endless. And this is transforming different industries. We follow up this. And out of this topic of agents, you ask what we had ahead of us. Within Google Cloud, we have invested two topics that are extremely dear to us, a lot of investments on research and attention, artificial intelligence and quantum computing. We developed recently advances. 10 years ago, these were the originators of AI. We are in this stage of quantum computers. This is the next wave, most of which see. I talked about safety and security, AI supporting security as well, because Gen AI is for good, and we have creative minds that use it to attack and to be more sophisticated. The next frontier is quantum computer. Cryptography algorithms that are very sophisticated today with the computing system that we have, we call post-quantum computing. The quantum computers are available on the cloud. You can have a server that is quantum. We are going to break it in seconds. It's one of the concerns that we have. What will happen with organization security in 5 years when this becomes a reality? That's the topics that we see in Google. And work with this, especially focus on financial industry in Brazil, that is an advancing industry. It's a reference to the world. It's a privilege because we see case uses, potential uses of this technology firsthand here in Brazil. That's great. And this topic of quantum computer is fascinating. This computing is not here to address speed of processing, but to solve problems that are not solved by the current architectures. It's not a matter of more capacity of computing. It is an evolution and a new structure to solve problems for non-traditional programs. And that is this risk about the cybernetic technology and other applications that we are going to see soon. I believe that next FEBRABAN Tech we are going to see algo tradings using quantum computer to bring in positions that we never imagined. Pedro, to close, 1 or 2 minutes if you want to talk more about Caixa, your final considerations as Executive Director Technology at Caixa. That's great. First, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity and thank for your patience in the beginning of this project. Implementing this technology is always challenging. And I believe we are following up close in the market. Everything is happening so fast, and we are internalizing it so well. And we are going to see the results soon. And people that are watching here, it's important for you to understand that we are in the middle of a digital transformation in our company. We are thinking differently, putting technology, using data, centered on the client to deliver better journeys, more customized. So little by little, these deliveries will come up. We are going to launch more. Artificial intelligence will help their journey. And we are going to improve our communication channels with more interesting and simpler journeys. It's one more opportunity to come here and showcase that digital is more and more present in our lives. Now our objective is to transform our clients' lives. That was it. Thank you so much for this opportunity. That's nice, Pedro. Thank you for your presence, Rafa. I'd like to thank you so much. Pedro says it all. It's a privilege working with Atos as a partner, but also working with Caixa, that is a one-of-a-kind institution in Brazil with a social impact. Of the 6 accounts, we always have one account at Caixa. It's an institution that reaches the society in general. Anything that we can collaborate for the financial services at Caixa, it's a personal satisfaction as a Brazilian person, as a citizen, because this brings impact in our lives. It's a privilege. Thank you so much for the opportunity of working together. And I wish you success, because Caixa is an institution that we see room for transformation beyond the institution, impacting the society. That's it. Thank you so much, Pedro, Rafa. We are going to close this session right now, and soon we are going to have agents like we are agents. And the technology will be present, more present in our lives. We also have, as leaders or organizations, a very important role, bringing culture to organizations and also culture to clients and providers when it comes to AI, breaking the myth that AI is here to replace people, maybe replacing people that do not use it. But certainly there is room for everybody. I believe that artificial intelligence is here to leverage all the careers. Those people that study a lot, research about the topic in their own areas and see how the artificial intelligence can bring benefits. These people certainly will see results, personal and professional results. This is a role that we have in our organization at Atos. It's mandatory. All the employees take courses on artificial intelligence to ensure that we will bring this knowledge up to everybody, and we can leverage this technology for a good use. Thank you so much. Thank you for your audience and for being here present and listening to us for 30 minutes.